Hello and welcome back. I am Allison with Baby Stepping to Freedom. Today I'm taking you on a little adventure. Not really. It is all about our Baby Step 3 plans and what that looks like for us as we start saving and learning what life looks like post debt-free journey. If you are unfamiliar with what I mean by Baby Step 3, take a look at my What Are the Baby Steps video so you learn a little more about what I'm talking about. Definitely start there before you watch this video because this video will make a lot more sense after you watch that video. But a quick rundown is that Baby Step 3 is an emergency fund. Basically, it is saving for 3 to 6 months of expenses in an emergency fund. So that's how much money you would need to live with no income for 3 to 6 months. Whatever you choose in that range, 3 to 6 months. Make sense? Good. Let's get going. So we've been on Baby Step 3 since November 2018. So that is about 4 months from the time that I'm filming this video. 4 months, okay. So during that 4-month period of time, we've had to buy a new car, we've gotten some things that are kind of enjoyable for us, got a new computer, took a little trip, you know, all that kind of stuff. But we're trying to stay as focused as possible to get our Baby Step 3 emergency fund saved up. For one, so we can have an emergency fund because we've lived on our Baby Step 1 emergency fund for almost 3 years now. And two, so we can start making progress in other areas. We want to start paying off our house and we want to go on some trips. And after Baby Step 3 is over, we plan to live a little. So when we looked at what we needed for Baby Step 3, so we started doing this process towards the end of our debt-free journey. We kind of had an idea as we were paying off debt of what our expenses would be, but we really sat down and figured out a plan right towards the end of our debt-free journey and paying off debt. So we figured we needed about $3,400 per month to just live. That doesn't include any sort of fun things. That doesn't include any sort of non-essential spending. That is the bare minimum, our 4 walls. So the 4 walls are housing, which includes utilities, mortgage, all that, food, transportation, so cars and gas, and any basic clothing you might need. So our four walls, which includes a little bit of a buffer for things that we might have forgotten. We also have pets, and those don't really fit into the 4 walls anywhere. So $3,400 is what we need per month to survive. We decided that we wanted to have a 6-month emergency fund. 3 months is great, and 3 months would make us feel super comfortable, but 6 months is like, wow, like we can make it for 6 months. Whoa, that is crazy. And as homeowners, there's lots that could come up that could take up a large chunk of our emergency fund. So we decided to go the 6-month route instead of 3 to 5 or whatever. So 6 months of expenses for us is about $20,000. Taking that $3,400, it's actually $20,400, but around $20,000 is a 6-month emergency fund for us. So we took that and we were like, if something was to go wrong, something big, let's say, how much would $20,000 get us? And yeah, it would get us a lot, but we have some things around the house that we are anticipating going out sooner rather than later that we want to prepare for. Those things are a roof. We are anticipating needing a new roof soon. Not only is a roof expensive, we also have solar panels on our house, which definitely makes a new roof much more expensive. So a new roof is in our near future, as well as new heating and cooling systems. They're about 20 years old on our house now, and we're anticipating probably in the next 5-ish years, something in that heating cooling system is gonna go out, and we wanna be prepared for that. Finally, We have had multiple plumbing issues come up in the last few months, and the plumber told us that our pipes are just getting worn, and we're probably going to continue to have plumbing problems as our house gets older, and that's just the reality of it. So those three things are pretty spendy, right? New roof, new heating and cooling, continued plumbing issues that you can never anticipate. Those things alone made us want to do even more than 6 months, actually. So we decided a nice, even, comfortable number for us to have as an emergency fund is $30,000. So we're gonna have that kind of all together as our emergency fund, but in our mind, it's part emergency fund, part sinking fund. Now this is a little, I don't know, anti-Dave Ramsey maybe, but this is how we are going to split it up. So in our $30,000, 20 will be our emergency fund and 10 will be a home maintenance sinking fund waiting for those things to come up. Because a plumbing issue you can never really anticipate. I mean, we can anticipate that we might have stuff coming up, but we can never anticipate when a pipe is going to burst like it did on Christmas Eve. And you can never anticipate when your air conditioner is gonna go out or your furnace is gonna go out, that kind of thing. So they are within the realm of an emergency, but we're expecting them to go out soon. But I'm not gonna put a new air conditioner in when my air conditioner is still running. Does that make sense? Like, it's an emergency, but we can kind of plan for it. So that's why it fits within our mental realm of an emergency fund / home sinking fund for expected, unexpected things. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna call it. So that's why our baby step 3 goal is $30,000. More than 6 months, but now it makes sense. Now there's a little bit more information to why we're shooting for $30,000. So where are we now in baby step 3? It's been 4 months. We've done some things as we are trying to build our emergency fund, but we've actually made some pretty good progress. So we just hit the $10,000 mark on our emergency fund. We have officially saved $10,000 that we have, and that's like crazy. The downside is our beautiful kitty Ivy has hyperthyroidism that she was just diagnosed with at the beginning of February, and we have decided to cash flow kind of the expenses for her treatment through our emergency fund. So she's just had continued vet expenses over the last month to 2 months that we have taken from our emergency fund. Rather than setting a certain amount of money aside that we think we might need, we've just saved our money and then taken it out of our emergency fund as we've needed it. Even though we are at over $10,000 in our emergency fund right now, we actually are going to need about another $2,000 from that for her vet expenses, unfortunately for her and unfortunately for our pocket. But the good news is she is doing very well and she is going to be on the mend very soon. So that brings us then under $10,000, but we will be able to make up that expense pretty quickly. Our original goal was to have our $30,000 by August. That's the goal that we set for ourselves when we became debt-free. I think it's probably not gonna happen because we had to buy a car, we had to cash flow thousands of dollars in vet expenses, and we're still doing pretty well for everything that's happened, but I think we're probably looking at more closer to October for our fully funded Baby Step 3 emergency fund. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video as we figure out what these baby steps look like for us and how we are going to set up our finances for our future. Now that we've paid off our debt, what does our future look like? We are still figuring it out. If you liked this video, scroll down and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss whatever is coming in the future. I know it's gonna be good. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.